Hey guys, Jessica back here with IELTS Energy TV. I am going to give you a sample part 2 answer today about a card that offers some difficulty for students. Describe a person in the news that you would like to meet. If you watched our last video, I touched on this topic because we talked about when you have to use your imagination in speaking part 2. This is one of those times. All right, so what can we say? Well, follow our strategy for describing people in part 2, all right? You can listen to the podcast episode of that. Go to our website, IELTS.allearsenglish.com and search Describing People Part 2, and you can listen to that episode. So the basic strategy here, guys, is describe the appearance, describe the personality, and then tell a story about this person. So this is where your imagination comes in, all right? The story about this person, you don't know, you haven't met them, right? So you're describing a future hopeful meeting. So talk about the details. What are you going to talk about? What food are you going to eat? Where are you going to go? Okay? All of the question words, right? Who, what, where, when, why, how. Think of those question words, and those will help you come up with specific details. Now, let's get to my sample answer. Let me get on my timer here, my trusty phone. It's actually not that trusty of a phone. I need a new one. Okay, but the timer works. So I'm going to talk for 2 minutes about a person in the news I would like to meet. When I saw this topic card, the first person that immediately came to mind is not someone I want to talk about. The person in the news now is Donald Trump, of course, and I'd like to stay away from this topic. So instead, I am choosing a more positive route with this 2-minute talk. I'm going to talk about Terry Gross. I am an NPR fanatic. I listen to it 24/7. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, NPR is on. And Terry Gross is the host of Fresh Air. So while she may not technically be in the news, as in the headlines, she's a maker of the news. She interviews some of the most fascinating people today. She's a slight woman. She looks like a librarian, to be honest. She has short gray hair, closely cropped. But she looks like a sweetheart, and she sounds like a sweetheart. Her voice is the most fluid, dreamlike voice on the air today. And that's one of the reasons why she is so popular. But she is also near and dear to the heart of many NPR listeners because she has this interviewing style that is honest yet kind at the same time. She can ask hard-hitting questions, and she can handle it when her guests sometimes are not that nice to her. Like when she interviewed Keith Richards, he was not nice to her, and she handled it with grace and aplomb. So if I got to meet her, I would go for a walk with Terry Gross. I would show her the closest nature spot to my house, which is Mount Tabor. And I'm sure she has a dog. I would picture her having a dog. So we would go for a walk together, and I would ask her what it was like to meet Keith Richards, what it was like to meet Louis C.K., the most famous guests that I have listened to in detail with my ear glued to the radio. And that was a little over 2 minutes. So remember, guys, on your part 2, you want to be able to go past the 2 minutes. You want the examiner to stop you at 2 minutes. So it seems like you have a lot more to say. That is what leads to higher fluency scores. So watch this video a couple times today, guys. Take notes on my answer. I did use some really interesting idioms and other vocab words today, so write those down. Try and use them in your own speaking part 2 answer about this topic. If you are ready for the complete strategies for every part of the exam, go to allearsenglish.com/KEYS and you can get started in our course, The 3 Keys IELTS Success System, today. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.